What's up, y'all? It's Peaches. I'm back with another video, and today's video is all about this gorgeous classic pink and white, like baby boomer ombre. These are the colors that I went ahead and used to get this look. You guys know it's not polished all day, okay? So, oh, I also am using Young Nails Core Clear. You guys already know that. So, this video is slightly sped up. In total, to do both hands of application, it took no more than 30 minutes. So it was roughly 12 to 15 minutes per hand in real time. But you guys have seen me do detailed ombre tutorials before. So I just kind of figured, you know what, we're really just talking about the pink and white version. So I didn't feel like you guys need to see it in real time, if that makes sense. So, of course, the first step that we're going to do is lay down your tip color. But when you're doing a pink and white, specifically a shorter pink and white, you need to lay the tip color almost to the cuticle area, honestly. Like, you need to lay it up pretty high. And this is for two reasons. The first reason, okay, if we're talking about specifically this length of pink and white as well, okay, you need to lay it up that high because on a shorter length of nail, you have way less space to ombre. So laying the tip color up as high as you possibly can without doing a full nail cover, full nail color, will allow you to get a more seamless blend. The second reason, if we're just talking about just purely pink and whites, like just purely pink and whites, the reason is because the pink that we use is usually like a baby pink. Some people use like a nudish pink. I like doing it with this type of baby pink. And if you want to get a smooth ombre between two such contrasting colors, especially because sometimes baby pink is not as opaque as like Coke white is, you need to lay the white up way higher so that way the pink has a chance to lay over the white without you seeing any demarcation of where the white starts, okay? So that's why we're laying it up so high, and this is, to me personally, this is crucial in pink and whites, okay? So another thing about pink and whites, you need to choose like the best pink possible. So just know that even if a pink looks like, ooh, that looks bright pink, bubblegum pink, it's gonna fade into the white. And it's like something about a pink and white, it's not gonna be as harsh as you think, okay? Now, don't choose a pink that's too bright, like that's clearly a neon pink, because obviously, sis, that's not gonna go right. But, you know, keep the pinks anywhere from like this baby pink to maybe no more than a bubblegum pink if you're looking for something a little less natural, I guess, okay? And then there's also going to be a difference if you're using like Coke white like I am versus milky white. I like to use Coke white because I feel like when you're blending a color into it, I want the white tip to kind of stand out. If you're using milky white, what's going to happen is the tip is going to be a little bit more translucent and you're going to get a way softer look, okay? So, you know, continue, go ahead, lay your white down. And once we get to the pink, we're going to talk about what's going on with that. So a pink and white or baby boomer ombre, it's just like your typical ombre, honestly. Like really nothing different, but something about using the baby pink, a lot of people have a hard time getting a seamless transition between the pink and the white. And that's why I'm here today, because girl, this set came out looking so cute. It has been a minute since I did like a full all 10 nails pink and white. I've done like, you know, mix and match sets where maybe some nails were like pink and whites, but to have like this really cute all 10, like yes, girl, yes. So the interesting thing about this is, okay, really quick first. So you can see I'm getting my pink bead, right? It seems like a big bead for what's going on, but I'm letting it sit first so that way I can gently swipe any excess and it's gonna give me that automatic blend. Do you see it? You see it? And you see how much gentler the pink looks once I've kind of swiped it down? Now, another step that people forget is to keep patting the sides, okay? We're gonna keep the sides nice and neat because although they are short, they can get out of control very easily because especially like doing layers of acrylic like this, see how once I have that main, like, I guess apex bead, the rest of the beads are very small. So typically in pink and whites, I do go ahead and do that last little layer of white and swipe up for an extra blend and also to keep the tips nice and bright. And because sometimes the pink can go down a little bit too far. So just go back and forth and play with it back and forth. And then when you cap and clear, because these are short, you really don't need much clear. All we're doing is protecting the design. Anyway, so I was saying it's interesting because this is the shortest length of ombre that I will do. I feel like any shorter than this, to like starting out, it does not blend well. So if someone is interested in a extremely short ombre, I would say cut them to this length. Say, hey, this is where I have to start the ombre out if you want to get a good blend, and file as necessary. And, you know, just keep in mind, you might want an ombre that's where the pink goes down a little bit shorter. So that way, if you're filing, you could keep the ombre look. But I do not do ombres any shorter than this because honestly, they don't blend well. Like, they just don't, okay? So once again, you put that main bead down, it's a bigger bead, and we're dragging it down lightly, and we're just going in very lightly to slightly build some form of an apex, because although they are short nails, we still don't want them to be completely flat because they still can chip and break. So we're gonna go down, swipe down on the sides. You guys, that door is gonna slam in any second. And then at the end, just to tie everything together, we are going to always go back with that bead of white and blend up. And that will give you your final blend with the pink and white. So don't get discouraged if you feel like something doesn't look as blended. The best thing that you can do when you're feeling like the pink is overwhelming or is doing too much, take that little tiny bead of white and blend it upwards, okay? Y'all, I don't know what I was doing. We were on YouTube Live, actually. Were we? No, we weren't. That was her sister. Her sister came after, and we was on YouTube Live. But she was telling me a story, you guys, of how she had gone to, you know, nail tech in a shop, her and her family going there. And the lady had the nerve to, like, try and do her nails in 20 minutes. And she wanted a pink and white. And I guess what had happened was she noticed that she was going by really fast, like, felt like she was getting rushed. So the lady slowed down on the other hand, but in doing that, now one hand looks lumpy bump humpty dump and the other hand looks nice and regular. But the nail tech, I guess, asked her, if anything's wrong, let me know. So when the girl was like, I kind of feel like the hands don't look the same, the nail tech just kind of like, you know, pushed her chair back, packed her things, and freaking left. Like, is that not crazy? So that's what we were talking about, and that's probably why I'm doing all the hand gestures, because I was like, girl, that is so crazy. Like, damn. Okay, so yeah, that was wild. But anyways, we're gonna continue to just keep doing this process over and over on each nail. You don't want the blend to stop halfway down. Although it seems like ombres are like 50-50, think of it as one color has to dominate a little bit more than the other. So although it seems like, okay, the pink stops here, it's not really that the pink stops in one area, it's that the opacity starts to diminish the further down you go into the nail. So in this particular case, I'll say it's more like a 60-40 split. So it may look like, okay, half one color, half the other, but that's not really exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So once you kind of think of that, that's why we put the white so far up. So that way, no matter what, the pink is going to go down further. The pink is going to go down far enough. And by the time we get closer to the tip, it's going to blend seamlessly without any lines of demarcation, without none of that, okay? So just keep eyeballing it, you see. Keep kind of comparing each nail to each other to see, like, okay, how's my blend doing? You know, don't be afraid to use, I don't want to say a large bead, because this really isn't a large bead, but it's a big bead for a small nail in that area. I'm used to working that way. Please don't feel like you need to. Especially depending on your brush size, because I know a lot of people, I notice people use like size 10s, and child, I don't think I've never used a size 10. Like in nail school, they started up with a size 8. Well, I lost it, but I've always been like minimum size 12. So please do not feel like the key is to do bigger beads like this. Although it does make blending go by quicker. I was trying to find the words, because I use a bigger bead like that and I let it set, which means we're letting the bead kind of dry so that way it's not all over the place. And then whatever excess that I know is not going to be needed, I kind of gently just do one swift swipe and it starts off the blend, okay? We're almost done, honestly. All we got left is the thumb, and the thumb, it is more forgiving because, you know, it's a bigger space to work with. So, you know, you'll probably feel way more comfortable once you get to the thumb. If you guys want me to do a detailed video on how to do, you know, an ombre on short nails, I will. I feel like it does take time to get comfortable with doing ombres on short nails because you need to know, like, the thickness of the nail is not going to be the same as if you are doing a regular, you know, medium or medium long nail. You see what I'm saying? And you're also gonna have a much shorter blend with your ombre on a shorter nail. Whereas with longer nails, you have the option to choose, do you want your blend to go down further towards the tip, or do you want a short blend that's kind of closer to the cuticle? With short nails, you kind of really don't have a choice. I mean, I guess you do, but then the tip won't stand out. And if you do a longer blend, by the time you file, it's not even really going to be an ombre. So pretty much I would go with a shorter blend by default. So I really hope this video helped you guys with specifically doing pink and whites. I know it can be challenging to, you know, think about, well, which pink is going to fit for everybody? What type of pink is the best for pink and whites? Should you do you know, a coke white, a translucent white, you know, things of that nature? You can most definitely use a cover color. I don't particularly use too many cover colors. I feel like they're very thin, and I would not suggest a cover color for pink and whites, just because I guess technically they are made to blend easier, but also they tend to be much, I don't want to say looser, but they don't, when you pick up your beads, you have to either know how to work dryer so those beads will form and not be so wet, because cover powders are not, they're just not the same. I don't know, they just hit a little different. So I wouldn't suggest that, because also cover powders are normally less opaque and more runny to work with, which is not going to help you any with these shorter nails or with pink and whites, because the color is not going to really be there for reals. Okay, so I hope this video helped you guys. Let me know what else you guys want to see. Of course, I'm uploading every day of December, and I might just keep this as my uploading schedule. Okay, shortly, well, right now I'm about to show you the application. Okay, it's kind of hard to see, I know, it's kind of bright, I'm sorry, and I'm going to show you the shape and the final look. Don't forget to follow and subscribe and turn on your notifications. Okay, follow me on Instagram at Nailsbyprettyface. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here is the final look. Y'all already know I'm seeing you in the next one, and the one after that, and the one after that. Leave me some comments. I'll see you next time.